He had the benefit early in his life.
Well, a touchdown for this NFL star on the field and in the boardroom, according to a recent profile of Philadelphia Eagles running back Shaqon Berkeley. The athlete is taking his millions and he's turning it into booming investments, proving once again that financial literacy means financial freedom. And Berkeley knows how to pick them. Take a look at his portfolio, a powerhouse lineup of tech and AI startups with combined valuations of over $250 billion. Sports Illustrated says over 3/4 of NFL players face financial troubles just within 2 years after they retire. But Berkeley is putting his money to work. Jackie, first of all, is Shaqon doing the right thing?
Oh my God, 1,000%. The breakdown here is they talked about how he took his $31 million rookie deal. He parked it in the S&P 500. Brilliant, Larry Kudlow would tell you. Lives off his endorsements, and then he converts the endorsement dollars into Bitcoin and startup equity, which you just showed some of the investments. I mean, if everybody could do this, we all would be beyond. It's harder to do because you don't have that $31 million rookie deal to get you started. But I would just urge people to say, whatever you do have or whatever you do make, there is a way to do a breakdown, still live and meet your daily expenses and find something to invest. And we are always hitting that point home on this show to encourage people to grab a hold of their financial future. Because if you're not doing this kind of stuff, you will not keep up with the rate of inflation.
Right. Well, Brian, I realize that most NFL players don't get Shaqon's salary. I mean, the average is not the right median to use, but the median income, you take away the top earners and the bottom earners, is about $800,000 a year. It's still not chump change. $800,000 a year.
They'll be the highest paid graduate in their college.
And when you're that young, how can they fritter it all away? I mean, that happens to a lot of them.
Well, Shaqon Berkeley's smart. I mean, he recognized that you make all your money up front and you live a really long time and you got inflation. So you got to do something about that. And I think that's colored the investment choices he's made. He's made some safe ones, right? S&P 500. He's put a lot of money into some really risky spaces as well. He's big into crypto and other things. So he's got a portfolio, but I think he had the benefit early in his life of some really influential coaches and other people who gave him a long-term mentality. And I think for a lot of the guys who struggle with money, they think very short term. Like, I just made a ton of money. What do I want to spend it on? And somebody got to Shaqon early in his life and said, you're going to make a lot of money. What are you going to do to make it grow? Just like you want to grow as a running back, how are you going to grow your earnings? And that is, to me, that's the difference maker. After that, you're going to make good investments, bad investments, you're going to be okay. But that mentality is the difference maker.
Mike, you've dealt with some professional sports players. Shouldn't their team that they're working for, whatever sport it is, do more to help them, do more to drill these, become the mentor for them so they don't fritter it away?
So the league regularly brings in financial people to talk to them about not blowing all the money. Not specifically me. If the NFL's watching, I'm available. Look, you're making good money. You might be making $2 or $3 million a year. With that money, the NFL's taking some of that out for like 401ks, deferred compensation that they'll pay you out over time. So if you're making $2 million a year, that might only be $700,000 in your pocket if you're lucky, because you're paying income tax, and then there's often an entertainment tax in every state that you play in.
Yeah.
So you're in these high brackets, and like the average time in the league for most guys is 2.5 years, not the 3 years you need to get that pension. That pension doesn't kick in until much later in life. So the degree is and a lot of these guys, once they leave the league, their next salary is like $40,000 or $50,000. And it's like, you're gonna have, if you're gonna play in the Canadian league, to be with the tax situation going back and forth, you may be coming out of pocket between your travel back and forth to the U.S., the taxes you owe both stages. So it is a really, really ruthless forgiving where the people on the high end are getting fabulously wealthy, and guys like Shaqon are going to get. I think he wants to be private plane rich.
Dagan?
You want to be an investor with your money and not a lender. And it's hard, but you have to hold on to every dime that you earn and not lend it to your family, because it's not a loan, it's a gift, and it's never going to get paid back. And I know many athletes who wind up not broke, but they're doggone well close because of family. Because family, they'll come to you, oh, I want to start a restaurant. But but these high-profile players, I always think about 50 Cent. 50 Cent had Formula 50. It was a vitamin water. And as part of his deal, he got a stake in vitamin water. And he wound up with at least $100 million.